Okay. Let me just adjust a couple of things. Also, please let me know if you can hear me well. Oh, this dang thing. No, I didn't want you to do that. Okay, good. Fixed it. Oh, come on. Really? I'm sorry, guys. Just give me a second. I'm just adjusting something on my end so I can see all of your chat messages better. Da-da-da. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. All right. Okay, I think we're good. Leafy, thank you for the donation. Happy birthday, Mythman. Aw. Oh, there's a lot of happy birthdays. Aw, you guys are so nice. Yes, today is my birthday. Aw, you guys are so nice. Aw. I love my audience so much. Oh, God. No, really, you guys are great. There are times when you guys argue with each other and stuff, and I'm like, oh, please stop fighting, because, but, 99.9% of the time, you guys are awesome. You guys are such an awesome audience. Aw. Everyone's being so nice. How tall am I? I'm about I'm just under 5'11". So close to 6. Would like to be 6, but I'm not quite 6. But it's okay, I'm way taller than Wilda, so it works. Hey, why are you not noticing me? I'm king of all the gods. I've noticed you now. I saw your message. The big 30. Yes, I am 30 now. It's my birthday. I'm 30. I'm an old man. Have I ever played Valheim? Yeah, actually, Shane and I played it early on, and we might play it again at some point. We might stream it or something. Wilda's gonna be along shortly. She's on her way right now. I love the collection in the back. Thank you. Yeah, I love this collection too. It's a result of years of collecting stuff. How old am I? I'm 30. I'm 30 years old. Thoughts on John Solo? I've seen some John Solo. He's really good. I think he does his channel really well. He's also commented on one of my videos, so that was a really awesome moment. I was like, hey, John Solo's watching one of my videos. Yay. Love your shirt? Yeah, I love this shirt. It's a little Nico D'Angelo shirt. I was reading The Trials of Apollo, and in one of them they described that Nico's wearing a shirt just like this, and I'm like, please tell me you guys are selling that shirt. And I looked it up, and officially they weren't. But I did find someone on another site who, custom made it, I believe. So I bought that. So yeah, that was nice. I'm just adjusting my mic here, because it was kind of falling. Here, we're good there? Yeah, I think we're good. Oh, a certain someone has come to join us. It's the chair! It's Wilda. Hey.
Hi.
Good to see you. Wilda's here.
Okay.
Spartan Marine, thanks for that donation. You gonna get a cake? I don't know. We gonna get a cake? Aw. You're my favorite YouTuber? Aw.
Cute.
Is Santa hot or cold? Is Santa hot?
On the inside, yeah. He's frosty on the outside.
Of course he's hot. As a person with a body type, I can tell you that the fat traps the heat, it builds up over time, and the beard keeps the face nice and warm.
That's true.
That's why his face is all red and he's got that lovely, and why, he's so holly jolly.
The science.
Oh, Wilda!
Hi!
Who the fuck said hello, Marie? What the fuck?
Who's Marie? Who's Marie?
Look what you've done!
What do you guys know that I don't?
Aww.
I'm gonna be filming this on my end too.
Okay. Do you want to put that up somewhere? You can put it on the shelf if you want, maybe.
No, just a little moment. On my Instagram.
Not a question, but nice beard. Oh yeah, it's coming.
I know, it's so good.
Really nice.
I've been trying really hard to grow my beard.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
He's cozy. You're awesome. Aw. They think you're awesome. Thank you for saying that I'm your favorite YouTuber. It's very sweet of you, Master Messer. Hello, happy birthday. A lot of happy birthdays.
Aw, you guys are so sweet.
Wait, someone asked something about the two of us. Where were you and Wilda interested in mythology before you guys started dating? I was. How interested in mythology were you?
You know, it's funny. I did read the Percy Jackson books, like the whole series, the first 5.
Yeah.
And before we started working together, I actually got a Norse rune tattoo on my wrist.
Yeah.
And that was before I even got
we were
involved.
dating at that point, though.
No, yeah, I know, but when I got this
I know,
tattoo...
but that's before you got involved in the channel.
Yes, like before I got even involved and
Yeah.
before I even knew of TheMythologyGuy, like that branding we were gonna do, I had this Thor tattoo on my wrist.
I thought I was like...
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, you were like, hey, check out this tattoo. I go, oh, you got a Thor tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a little donation here from Futura Maniac.
Hi.
Is that supposed to be Futura Maniac? Either way, thank you. Happy B-Day, love your content and your hair. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm quite the stylish man, aren't I? Yes. I'm quite the, Trevor, you can really dance. Do you have a Discord? Yes, it's linked in every video. Did you ever beat God of War Ragnarok? Yes, I've beaten every God of War game ever. So, there you go.
Yeah. I'm just like putting some stuff on my Instagram.
No, go ahead, yeah.
You know, letting people know.
Have you ever been to Greece? Yes, I've been to Greece once. You know what Greece had a lot of when I was there? I think I was 13, 15 when I was there. A lot of topless people.
Oh.
Yeah, there was quite a lot. I saw a topless woman, helmet, but nothing here, riding a motorcycle.
Oh,
right?
For some reason I thought like Greek helmet for some reason. I'm like, well, okay, badass, cool.
No, yeah. I also, while I was there, I got this set of Greek god playing cards, which I don't know what happened to, but I loved it. I used it all the time.
Was that its own game?
Well, no, it was just like, aces, diamonds,
Oh,
that
okay.
kind of stuff.
That's really cool.
Alabama Saxman, thank you for the donation. Can't stay long, but wanted to say happy birthday. Thank you so much. Yeah, also, while I was in Greece, I went around looking for a good place to get, like, a statue or something of a Greek god. But at the time, I didn't have enough money to buy a good one. And I also saw this great site in Greece where they had this ceiling mural of the 12 labors of Heracles, and it was so cool. And I remember that was where I got the myth conception about the Hydra, where it said in that museum, it said the Hydra had a fixed amount of heads and would grow back one head each time. And I asked the tour guide there, I was like, hey, is that correct? Because I hear the Hydra regrows multiple heads. And she was like, oh yeah, that's a later development. But it turned out she was wrong, because it says that in the library by Pseudo Apollodorus, which was written 2,000 years ago. So it's like, how later of a development are we talking? So that and the Dulaire's book led to me being incorrect in my Hercules video, which led to the Jake W video, which led to me talking to Jake W about it. And he was really nice about it, but it was a funny moment for everybody. Have you read the newest PJO book? No, not yet. I still need to finish Sun and the Star, and then I will get to Chalice of the Gods. You will see videos on those when I finish them. Aw, somebody's singing happy birthday. Aw, you guys are so nice. Tomorrow is my 19th birthday. Hey. Turning 19 on the 19th.
Oh, shit.
Nice. Whoa, hey, Dubas, thank you for the donation. Hey, Mythman, my birthday is actually tomorrow, and since I'm getting cash as is, I decided to donate for the first time ever. Here's your birthday gift from fellow January-born child. Cheers. Oh, thank you.
So sweet.
Aw, thank you, Dubas Meta. That's so sweet of you. And Jacob Jones is also here with a donation. What was your first mythology book? It was Dulaire's Greek Myths. That was my first one. Thank you for the donation. You guys are so nice. I love you guys. People like the shirt, by the way.
It's the best.
Oh, yeah. When I described the shirt to her, by the way, she was like, oh, you have to get that, because she knows me. Andromeda Drexy, thank you for the donation. Happy B-Day. And because of you, I'm reading the Iliad. Ooh, all right. You're reading that nice, drama that takes place during the Trojan War. Yeah, that's a pretty heavy tease story. Aw. Have you ever played Okami? I haven't, but a lot of people have recommended it, so eventually I will. Are you going to play the... Okay, let me just finish that. Are you going to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? A lot of mythology references. Well, I played the last Final Fantasy VII game, so I most likely will play Rebirth. Spartan Marine, thank you for the donation. I'm looking to write a Celtic mythology book like PJO. Do you have any recommendations to learn about it? Happy B-Day. Well, yeah, my first Celtic mythology book it's literally just called Celtic Mythology by Jake Jackson. It covers a lot of great stuff. It covers, like, the war with the Fomorians, Lu of the Long Arm, Balor of the Evil Eye, Nuada of the Silver Hand. That's one cool thing about Celtic gods is they all have these titles. Actually, what's a fun thing you can do in your book? If you want it to be like PGO and you want there to be a bunch of demigods, you could have them each have their own silly little title. That would be a lot of fun. Ooh. It's this is David of the Messy Locker, and over here is Dan of the early driver's license. I don't know, you said ooh, did you have something?
No, I mean, I like the idea.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so there's some stuff for you. But yeah, and it also covers the tale of, like, the gods who got turned into swans. The Jake Jackson book covers a lot of good stuff. Oh, and you should include the 12 different horned witches in it. That's a funny story, where there's this house, and these witches just keep showing up and fucking around in the house. Like, the first witch shows up, they're like, who are you? And she goes, I am the witch of one horn. And she has a horn. And another one comes in, they're like, well, who are you? I am the witch of two horns. Hello.
So and it keeps going. Witches.
Yeah, a bunch of horny witches in his house. They're just horning it up in there. So that's a funny story. Cruz Martinez, thank you for the donation. Happy birthday, man. Love your channel. So glad to see you get that YouTube play button award. Yeah. Actually,
ooh, maybe I should bring it out.
Yeah, here it is.
Where's it?
Actually,
oh.
I've got it right down here. There that goes. These are yours, actually. I got her those for Christmas.
My chocolate 3 balls.
All right. Let's bring it out. Bum, ba, bum. I've got it in its wrap. I keep it in its wrapping to keep it safe. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. I know we didn't do a big unboxing video for this one. It's because she and I just unboxed it together when it came. It was a moment for us.
Ah.
All right. Yeah, so this is because of you guys, by the way.
Yeah.
You guys are wonderful. Well, of course, we did some stuff too, but would not have happened without all of you. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to answer everyone in the chat that I can. The chat is blowing by very fast.
More singing! Happy birthday!
Aww. Thank you so much. So in order to help ensure I can reach more people, please nobody spam the chat. Please don't post the same message like multiple times in a short... If I miss your question, wait a few minutes and then you may ask it again. Do not ask it twice in the same chat image. Please don't do that. That's really unfair to everyone else. If I see you do that, I will ignore your message. But it's just because I want to answer as many of you as possible. Aw. Marlon Sammy, thank you so much for singing me happy birthday. I really appreciate it. It's really sweet of you. Yeah. But like I said, please don't spam the chat with it. It's super sweet. It's super wonderful and sweet. But let's give everyone else a chance. Yeah. How did you react to Oh, okay, well, this is how did you react to a certain spoiler for the Trials of Apollo series? I was like, wow, I can't believe they actually did that. Was that character, like, not beloved or something? I liked him, but maybe he was, and they just really wanted to hurt us. No, yeah, it was... Did
you pull a Game of Thrones?
They Game of Thrones one of the characters, yeah. And I was like, wow, okay, did not expect that. And then in the following book, they made it look like they were going to do some more Game of Thronesing, and I was like, and actually, because they had done it in the previous book, I was like, I don't know who's safe, man! So it definitely got a reaction out of me.
Riordan getting spicy.
Yeah, Riordan like, oh, I'm going to hurt you guys. What did Apollo say to his son before his son became a sun deity? Sunrise.
What?
Yeah. What did Apollo say to his boy before his boy became a sun deity? Sunrise. I love that. You share a birthday with my dad? Well, good for your dad. What was that one person saying? Hello, Mythology Guy and Mythology Wife. Which one of us is the wife?
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure. It kind of... We switch around sometimes.
This is the wife right here.
I see that caress.
Hello, Mythology Guy, Mythology Wife. I'm sorry What? I don't know her name. Her name is Wilda.
Wilda.
How are you doing? Happy birthday. Hope you have a good one. I'm a big fan of yours. Aww. You guys are such a bunch of sweethearts. What do you think of Lin-Manuel Miranda playing Hermes? So I saw the latest episode. There's gonna be a video on the episode, and since you guys are nice enough to be here, I'll tell you a little something I'm gonna go over in the video. I didn't like the newest episode. I thought it was awful. But the one good thing about it was actually Lin-Manuel Miranda was a good Hermes. So far, the scenes with gods have been good in the show, and that's it. Okay, I'm being a little too mean, but that's the one
okay.
That's the one consistently good thing.
I support this savage.
I really didn't like the last episode. I thought it was boring. It was nothing like the book. There were a bunch of changes made that I thought were completely nonsensical. Like, the story has pretty much derailed in a lot of ways, and a bunch of stuff has been added in that I really don't like. So, yeah. Did you hear about Smite 2? No, I did not hear about that. I didn't know that was happening. Happy birthday from Greece. Oh, sweet!
Ooh, I have a client in Greece.
Oh, yay! What are you asking? What color is math, science, history, and language arts? What color is your question? Can I hug you guys? Virtual hug. Here, we'll hug each other. Feel
the vibes!
Aw. Also, I just now noticed the updated Greek template on the cards. When did you do that? I did it the same day I revealed the Greek Zeus template in the community post. You can go through the community post section and you'll find when it was posted. So that's how you'll know. I agree in every way. I'm guessing what I'm talking about the episode. Thank you.
Amen, amen.
I'm afraid people are going to get really mad when I post this video because people love the show.
It's okay, fuck shit up. I support you.
Thank you. She's harder on the show than I. And she's also a fan of the books. Oh my goodness, Mythology-san noticed me. I love you guys. In a couple minutes, I'm going to get to the Patreon questions, but before that, I'm going to try to blast through some of these. Yay, thank you. You're welcome. If Dionysus and Thor opened a bar together, I would call it the Thunder Chalice. Yeah, that could work. Oh, no, you could call it Lightning in a Bottle. Because bottles of wine and Thor, lightning. Lightning in a bottle. That's another option
Trademark.
For you. You deserve 1 million subscribers. Thank you. You said you read horrible histories, but did you watch the show? No, the show was... I didn't know there was a show until I was an adult, actually. So I didn't see it. There's 123 people watching. Awesome. 1, 2, 3. Isn't Chronicles of Narnia technically an adaptation of Christian mythology? It's actually a mix. Well, obviously, it's got characters from Greek and Roman mythology in it, so you can include that. It's also got characters from Norse mythology in it, so you can include that. But yes, the narrative is very inspired by Christianity, with the death of Aslan and then the resurrection of Aslan. He's very obviously a figure for Jesus. And the temptation of the White Witch. The White Witch is a mixture of the Snow Queen, which is, fairy tale folklore, and the devil, which I think you know what that's from. So yes, it does adapt Christianity, but much like Lord of the Rings, it's adapting a ton of stuff. And which makes sense because Tolkien and Lewis were best friends, the writer of Lord of the Rings and the writer of Narnia. So that's kind of amazing. So it resulted in 2 incredible stories.
Okay, my sexy nerd.
Oh, happy birthday! Thank you so much. Who's the god of birthdays? I actually don't know if there's a god of birthdays. I guess you could say any of the fertility gods are gods of birthdays, and there's tons of those. Oh, and
Zeus is a fertility god.
He should be. By the way, just so you guys know, at the midpoint and the end point of the video, Wilda's gonna have her own little section where you guys can ask her whatever you want about, like, social media advice or career stuff, or how she gets her hair like that, or why she's so cute, or stuff like that. But I'd recommend it because this is something she normally charges for, and now it's just up for grabs. This kind of moolah-la opportunity doesn't happen every day. Leafy, thank you for another donation. Kitten was born blind in one eye. Any name ideas? Wink? You could name her Wink.
Oh, wait!
Wink. You could also name her Odin.
Odin?
Because he's Odin's
Oh,
missing an eye.
yeah. Cyclops?
Yeah, name her Polyphemus.
Polly, for short.
Yeah, you could call her Little Polly, short for Polyphemus, because she has one eye.
Yes.
You could call her... I mean, I don't know if it's a boy kitten or a girl kitten. You could name it Tyson after the Percy Jackson character is an option. You could name it a Balor, because Balor in Celtic mythology has one deadly eye.
Ooh.
So you've got there's some options for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Happy birthday from the Netherlands! Hell yeah, the Dutch are joining
Fuck
in.
yeah.
Do you like Hellboy? I do really like Hellboy, and there's a lot of mythical stuff that shows up in Hellboy, so that's cool. Can you tell us the story of Morpheus? Well, I mean, the exact story, it's... like, Morpheus is the god of dreams. He's child of Nyx and Erebus. He has two siblings who are gods of other types of dreams. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. He's not child of Nyx and Erebus. He's child of Hypnos. I mixed up Morpheus with Hypnos for a second there. I mean, Hypnos is the child of Nyx. Morpheus is the child of Hypnos. There are stories where Morpheus, Phantassus, and Phobetor, those are his siblings, go into people's dreams and create nightmares and other kinds of stuff. You know, nightmare, as Alex Jones would say. Is she your girlfriend? Well, maybe she's more than that.
You know, depends on the time of day.
It depends on whether she's mad at me or not.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Chronicles of Narnia is an adaptation of Christianity because Adam and Eve exist in it. I actually didn't know that, so there you go.
Fun fact.
Another reason it's an adaptation of that. But
why do you hate everything I love? First it's Record of Ragnarok, and now it's Percy Jackson. My Excalibur knives.
Look, Excalibur. I love the Percy Jackson books. I don't hate the show. I'm mad at the show. I love the concept of Record of Ragnarok, and I've looked up the manga, and I think the art is amazing. I think when you adapt something and don't pay it proper respect, especially when it is something loved by people like you, that's a bit of a problem. Can we agree on that, my friend? Also, there are parts of Record of Ragnarok I like. I liked the Poseidon fight. I liked the Buddha fight. I need to show you the Buddha fight, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's seen everything but the Buddha fight, because,
really? I haven't seen...
Well, yeah, because the Buddha fight was the second half of season 2, and at that point I was like, do you want to watch it together? And you're like, I don't know.
Have to get me to the action.
Yeah. What's your opinion on the Odyssey musical? There's a musical?
What?
Oh, shit! I gotta watch that. You two are so cute. Happy birthday. Aw, you guys are so sweet. Do you like Warhammer 40k? We've actually built some Warhammer 40k together, and I didn't do it very well.
Costa?
Costa. My brother
Yeah.
loves Warhammer 40k.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Warhammer 40k. Okay, now, because it's a Patreon bonus, I'm going to now answer all of the Patreon people's questions, and then we'll get right back to you guys, I promise.
Yes.
But yeah, part of the perks of being a Patreon supporter is you get guaranteed answers to your questions, no matter what they are. Well, of course, if you ask me, like, really weird stuff, I might not answer that, but so far that hasn't been a problem. We've actually got the most Patreon questions we've had in a long time,
really?
So that's awesome to see.
Cool.
Alright, longtime Patreon supporter Gavin Luther asks, you said there are gods in Roman mythology that don't show up in Greek mythology, but are there different stories? Okay, so he's asking, are there Roman stories that were never Greek? Yes, there are. The most popular ones would be the tale of Romulus and Remus and Lupa. They're, like, considered to be some of the founders of Rome. But what's funny is the other most popular one is also, like, a story of the founder of Rome, Aeneas. You know how there's the Iliad and the Odyssey and the Telegony? There's also the Aeneid. That's, like, the Roman, that's their great epic, you know? So the Aeneid is a cool story. It's kind of like another Odyssey, basically. Like, the Romans were like, we can have an Odyssey, we'll do this. And yeah, if you want to know some of the gods that are Roman and not Greek, there's Janus. There's also, they even ascended some of their emperors to godhood, like Julius Caesar. There's also some Ptolemaic deities, like Harpocrates. Oh, wait, no, that's not Roman. That's Egyptian. What am I saying? I'm sorry about that, guys. But yeah, there are some deities. Oh, what's his name? The god of directions. Crap, I forgot his name. Well, look up Roman God of Directions. You'll see it. But yeah, so there are some Roman stories that are not in Greek. Yeah, check out the Aeneid. Check out Romulus, Remus, and Lupa. That's a cool story. And thank you, Gavin, for being such a long-time supporter. All right. And this is our first Q&A question from Orgus Bichot, who's been really sweet on Patreon. So, Orgus says, in one of the God of War Inaccuracy videos, you mentioned there was once a coup d'etat. What a fancy way to say it. A coup d'etat against Zeus, which Athena was part of. Can you tell us what happened in that story? Yeah, I can tell you what happened in that story. So Hera had enough of Zeus's bullshit. So she recruited the other gods. Not all of them, but she got, on her side, she got Athena, Apollo, and Poseidon. And there are some versions where some others joined, but those are the three that definitely joined. Poseidon was reluctant to join, but Hera said to Poseidon, look, if something goes wrong, you're the most likely god to defeat Zeus, because you're his brother. Hades probably also could have, but Hades doesn't get involved in this bullshit. So she told Poseidon, look, we need your help, and maybe you'll take over after Zeus. And then there are two versions of what happened next. Hera either tricked Zeus and had him tied up, or she had the god Hypnos put him to sleep. So then what happened next, again, there are two different versions of. Either the Hecatoncheires, the 100-handed being, Briareus, who was very loyal to Zeus, went and untied Zeus, or the goddess, I believe it was Nyx, realized that things would go to chaos if this was allowed to continue, so she went and woke up Zeus from Hypnos' sleep. And when Zeus woke up or broke free, depending on the version, he was not happy. So he went and tied up Hera, he tied up his wife,
that's hot.
Hey baby, and he threw her into the void of space. He then went to Athena, Apollo, and Poseidon went, hey, there's gonna be hell to pay. And Athena went, but Daddy, I'm your favorite. And he went, oh yeah, you are. Okay, you're fine. And I made a sketch about that. Daddy, I'm sorry. Oh, I know you are, sweetheart. Go home. But Apollo and Poseidon, I'm taking your immortality away, and you guys have to go build a giant wall for Troy, and you don't get your immortality back until you finish. That's one of the times Apollo lost his immortality in Greek mythology. So, but then eventually Zeus missed Hera and was like, all right, have you learned your lesson? I'm going to pull you back out of the cold vacuum of space and untie you. And Hera's like, I hate you. And he goes, good, that's how it ought to be. And Athena's like, I didn't get punished. So that's how that story went. Threw her into the void of space type shit. I love you guys. Oh no, Bellona is not a Roman exclusive deity. Her Greek counterpart is Enyo. Yeah. Alright, so Orgus, I hope that answers your question, and thank you for joining the Patreon. Alright, next we have from longtime Patreon supporter Lassie Ehrenreich. Lassie always comes in with puns, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be some puns. So Lassie's got a few questions. First off, who do you think has the better beard? You, Zeus, or Santa Claus? Babe?
I tap out, you know.
How can you tap out? Where's my support? Where is the support? I mean,
because it's your birthday.
This is it's my fucking birthday, and you can't even give me this. You know what? What?
Wait, out of who?
Out
Santa
of me,
Claus?
Zeus, and Santa Claus.
I mean, you're kind of all of the above. So, yeah.
I don't know how to take that. Thank you. So she basically said, I'm a Greek god and I'm a generous giver.
And that's kind of true.
Or she said, I'm fat and an abuser.
No.
I'm going to choose which traits to take from that. Okay, I'm just going to move that back into place. Matt G. Official just gave a little donation, so I'll answer that. Same as last year, no question, just want to say happy birthday. Aww.
Just vibes.
Aw, aren't you a sweetheart? Yeah. Okay, so Lassie also says, my vote goes to Santa. What? You don't vote for me, Lassie? There is another YouTuber named CM Alongi who made some funny Percy Jackson sketches. I think you should watch them. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Do you know what the other gods said when they saw Ganesh's new head? Let's address the elephant in the room.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
You were the one who said I should use my
I
puns
know.
on YouTube. This is your fault.
I know.
What's your favorite Trials of Apollo book? Mine's Burning Maze. Mine was actually probably Tyrant's Tomb, the one that took me frickin' 3 years to finish.
The purple one?
Yeah. She knows it as the purple book because I just had a bookmark in it at all times and it wasn't finished. I really liked the huge battle at the end of it. I thought that was really awesome. It sounded really cool the way it was described. So, yeah, that's why that one's my favorite. But yeah, Burning Maze is a good one, too. And thank you, Lassie, for being a long-time supporter. All right, we've got our first Q&A question from Soaring Rock. But I'll answer this really quick before it disappears because YouTube's system isn't great. Blackbeard, thank you for the donation. Have you played Smite Battleground of the Gods? They have over 130 gods now. They have King Arthur, Cthulhu, Chernabog, Tiamat, Oleron as a few. Newest one was Hecate and Nut. Ooh, I didn't know they added Hecate. Yes, I was actually playing Smite shortly after it came out. I think I stopped, the last character they released before I stopped, I think, was Achilles. But I thought it was a cool idea. It's just like, the gameplay style, MOBAs aren't really my thing, but I will revisit it at some point for the channel because everyone wants me to. So I'll check it out. And it is cool that they've added so much to it. Mochi, thank you for the $10 donation. Mochi says, hi. Hello. Hello. Thank you.
Mochi was like...
So cute. All right, so back to Soaring Rock. Soaring Rock says, I hope I'm not too late to submit my question. Nope, here we are. Did Snorri Sturluson try to make the dwarves seem like demons and light elves as angels? Because in my book, I have it where there's only light elves at first until someone split them apart, which led to the dark elves, which are actually not dwarves. Think of them like the dark and light elves from God of War 4 and Ragnarok. So, dark elves are really vague in Norse mythology. Like, some say dark elves and dwarves are the same thing. Some say they're separate. Some say dark elves and black elves are two different races. It's kind of crazy. So Snorri Sturluson wasn't very clear on it, to be honest with you. I think, here's the thing, I don't think he was trying to say dark elves were demons and light elves were perfect. The way he had it written was that, because back then they did not know how biology worked, they had the light elves were out in the sun, so their skin was perfectly white and their hair perfectly blonde, and the dark elves lived underground in the darkness, so their skin was black as ink. And we know nowadays that the opposite would happen. Like, right here we have our sunbathing Filipino girl with her lovely skin, and here we have our indoorsy European boy with his pale white skin. So look at it shine in the camera glow.
Yeah, let's do a little comparison.
So I really think I don't think it was supposed to be a demonic thing. I think it was just supposed to be an environment thing. So, but because dark elves are so vague, you can kind of do whatever you want with them, and I doubt anyone will get mad. So I hope that answers your question, and I'm excited when you finish your book, Soaring Rock. All right, we've also got a question from Miyaka041. Who has also been a longtime supporter. Miyaka asks, happy birthday and congrats on 1 million subscribers. Aww. Have there been any videos or sketches that you wanted to do but got scrapped due to logistics? Okay, so none of my videos have been scrapped, but there are a ton I've wanted to do, but I'm not quite able to do yet. There actually is one I don't think I'll ever be able to do, which is where Shiva comes to his wife and is like, okay, honey, good news, I fixed our son. And then they cuts to the son and it's just a child with elephant head on it. And the wife's like, what is that? And he goes, that's our son. She goes, that's not his head. And he's like, damn, I was hoping you wouldn't be able to tell. You didn't think I'd be able to tell? He's like, I don't know. This is the first time we've tried this. Or something.
I could see a way to execute that.
It's like, I need there to be a TikTok filter for elephant head or something. Yeah, it's tricky. But there's also other ideas that I just haven't done yet because they require more people. Like, I can't possibly do it by myself. Like, one idea I want to do is Kvasir Kvasir was actually born because all the gods spat into a vessel, and then their spit became Kvasir. So I have this idea for a sketch where like Thor walks in and he's like, "Hey Kvasir, what you doing?" And Kvasir's like, "Oh, I'm watching my birthing video. So good to relive these memories." And then you see on the video it's just a bunch of gods going, "Puh, puh, 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 puh," and it cuts back to him. Ah, the miracle of life. But I need like a couple other people. I need us all to be gathered around the vessel spitting into it. And I've got some other ideas like that too. Basically, most of my ideas that I haven't done yet, I either need more people or I need a certain prop for.
For that idea, you could always take a little snippet from the...
Oh God! She wants me to use a porn clip.
What? You can find spitting on people bit on there?
It's not on people! It's into a...
I know, but like you could get little clip footage. Look, I'm thinking of solutions. This is what I do.
God.
Come on.
I love him. Thank you. Oh, Jared King, thank you for the donation. Please add me on Discord. I have a couple of things that I would like to share and get your opinion on Ace of Discord. I mean, you should be able to join. All you have to do is go to the thing and, like, read the rules, and then it pretty much lets everyone in.
Yeah, just click the link to join.
Yeah. My editor and friend Shane, aka Zaggard, manages the Discord mostly, so should be fine there. So, Miyaka, thanks for your question, and thanks for being a long-time supporter. Another long-time supporter, Jesus.
Jesus!
The Jesus asks, "Happy birthday, Mythology Guy. Hope you have a great birthday." You guys are so sweet. My question would be, what is your favorite book from each Rick Riordan series that you have read? What are you planning? And what are you planning to eat for your birthday? Well, this special person has already surprised me with a deep dish from my favorite deep dish place, so it's probably going to be some of that. I love pizza, and I love deep dish pepperoni pizza. I poke myself in the eye because I'm dumb. But my favorite book from each Rick Riordan series is so the Percy Jackson series. It's the Last Olympian, because I love the all-out battles in that. In the Kane Chronicles, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe Serpent's Shadow. That was a good one. Again, the last book. But with the Heroes of Olympus series, it's either House of Hades, because I like the exploration of Tartarus, or Son of Neptune, because I was just so pumped to see Percy back. In Trials of Apollo, as I said earlier, it's Tyrant's Tomb for the awesome battle stuff in it. And in the Magnus Chase series, it's the first book, The Sword of Summer. I just had so much fun reading that, and it was so creative and so cool to read. I thought the other two books were still good, but I thought not as strong as the first book.
Oh, Ian VA says, deep dish, it's not pizza.
Get out. Get out. Get out.
Them is fighting words.
How dare you? Deep dish is pizza evolved. What pizza is evolving? Pizza evolved into deep dish pizza. Motherfucker. How dare you, sir? If I had a glove, I would throw it.
Fighting words.
Them's fighting words. Dark elves can't go into the sun, they'll turn to stone, so are trolls. Yeah, and so are dwarves in some stories. Like, a lot of Norse characters can't hang out in the sun, unfortunately. Like, there's actually a Norse story where this dwarf wants to marry Freya, just like everyone else in Norse mythology. And so, he comes into the house of the gods, but it's nighttime, so he's safe. And Thor says, "Alright, we'll let you marry Freya, but first we gotta make sure you're smart enough." So Thor keeps asking him question after question after question after question after question. He's buying time until the sun comes out. And then the sun comes out and turns the dwarf to stone, and Thor goes, "Oops, looks like someone's not marrying Freya." And it's like, you could have just said no. What was he gonna do? But yeah, I hope that answers your question, the Jesus, and thank you for being a long-time supporter. Okay, last Q&A question, and then we're back to you guys. This one's from Geelies. Q&A question. "Hi, Mythology Guy. I have 2 questions about the game."
Ooh.
All right. Question about the game. "There is a problem with Egyptian mythology, which is that there are no legendary weapons or armor for it, as far as I know. How did you solve this problem in the game?" Yes, actually, that was a challenge for me. So I just, what I did stuff like, I just used, a lot of basic Egyptian weapons and armor, and also stuff that would be significant. one of the weapons in the game is the Blade of Ramses. You know, like the blade Ramses the Great used in battle. Also, there's the crook and flail that every pharaoh uses. And also I made the Ankh a weapon. Because the Ankh is a very important symbol. And who's to say, like, this Ankh can't shoot laser beams out of it? Who knows? So I made, you know, Ankh a weapon, crook and flail weapon, Blade of Ramses a weapon. Also, one thing Egyptians had that was very effective was their composite bows. So I made that a weapon. And for the armor, we've got stuff like their amazing crowns, like the Kepresh, the Hedjet, the Deshret, the Pshent. I've also got the scaled armor that the pharaohs wore that was practically arrow-proof, actually. It was very good armor that they wore.
That's based on...
Yeah, that's actual Egyptian history. So, yeah.
Damn.
And also we've got, like, the cowhide shields the Egyptians would use. And for their mounts, we've got, like, different kinds of camels. They had travel camels, they had war camels, they had war chariots, they had war elephants. So we've got stuff like that for their equips. So that's kind of what we did for Egypt. We had similar problems with Aztec. We were like, oh, Aztec doesn't have legendary weapons either. And it's like, well, we'll just put in the kind of stuff their soldiers would use. And then mounts was a challenge in Aztec because Aztecs never rode anything. So we were like, well, you know, jaguars are sacred. We'll have jaguars as mounts, and we'll also have thrones. Everyone, you know, people mount thrones, and the Aztecs had that. So that was another thing. All right. So Gili's other question is, there is also a problem with Norse mythology, which is the small number of fire-type gods. In fact, there's only one god that can be associated with fire, Sol, the goddess of the sun. How were you able to overcome this problem? Well, here's the thing. You can also associate, like, chaos with fire. So that's another way, or just war in general with fire. So sometimes in order to balance the game, we would, like, stretch it a little like that. Like, for example, we made Loki a fire-type god for two reasons. One, his hair was said to be the color of fire sometimes, or fire itself. But, of course, that's when he's conflated with Logi, the Jotun of fire. And obviously we made Sol a fire-type god in the game. But also Loki's chaotic, you know, he tricks people and stuff, so, you know, you could say, oh, yeah, he's a god of fire, why not? He could probably make fire pop out anywhere. And also, there are, like, Jotun deities, like, associated with fire and stuff, too. Like, so, you know, that's kind of one way we got around that. So, you know, like, of course, accuracy is very important to the game, but we need to find the right mix between accuracy and balance at the same time. Because it still needs to be a fun game to play, but I want it to be as accurate as possible while still being a fun game to play. In the end, thank you for your kind spirit and this beautiful channel, and I say, behind every great man, there is a great woman.
Aww.
No, behind me is my plush, actually.
That's what...
You're not behind me, you're at my side. No, but thank you, Gilis. That's very nice of you. And that's all the Patreon questions. So, now back to the chat, and in a few minutes, Wilda's going to have her segment. All right. Did you realize the Roman gods' names are given to, like, Jupiter, Norse, Pluto, planets? Are you saying, did I realize the Norse god... Wait a minute, hold on. Did you realize Roman gods' names are given to, like, Jupiter, Norse, Pluto, I'm sorry, Black Star Anime, I can't really tell what you're asking. What would Greek mythology be like if it had guns? It would be hilarious. Okay, did you okay, that question again. Have you watched Fate the Grand Order? Not yet, it's on my watch list, but not for a while, because I'm sure that's going to be a lot to take in. Did you like the Lightning Thief musical? Haven't seen it yet. Which do you prefer, the pre-reboot God of War games or the reboot God of War games? So it was hard for me to choose between God of War 3 and 4 as to which is better, but in the end I think I enjoyed God of War 4 a little better, and I liked God of War Ragnarok even more. So God of War Ragnarok is my favorite God of War game, but it's really, it depends on what you're into. But I personally loved the character development of Kratos. Leafy, thank you for another donation. Holy crap. There is a graveyard that sank into the swamp on my farm. Best story ideas for a graveyard swamp. Just finished Age of Mythology campaign. You too cute. Aw, saying that we're cute. Well, congrats on finishing the Age of Mythology campaign. You saying it's sank into the swamp reminds me of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. They said it was daft to build a castle in the swamp, but I built it all the same just to show them. It sank into the swamp. So I built another one, and that one sank into the swamp. But I built a third one, and this one did not sink into the swamp. Graveyard swamp ideas, dude, like, it's like, how many, like, all the ideas are there. Yeah. You could have some voodoo shit going on. Voodoo takes place in swamps and in graveyards. That's the perfect place for voodoo. Bring some Baron Samedi and Papa Legby stuff in there.
Papa Legby?
Papa Legby and Baron Samedi are two voodoo gods.
Oh,
yes, the voodoos like to call their deities Papa and
Daddy.
Baron.
Okay.
And over here is Daddy. Yes. Alright, what mystical powers does Shiva have? All of them, honestly, if you ask Hindu people. Happy birthday, thank you. Nice Lego sets, thank you. How long is this stream going to be? I'd say, because I want to give Wilda some moments and we're having a good time, it's going to be at least another, 40 minutes, I would say. Alright. Happy birthday, Myth. Thank you. Do you play Magic the Gathering? I actually just started playing Magic the Gathering. My brother just got me a bunch of sets. So, hopefully I'll have a lot of fun with that. Are you getting my sets?
Yes.
If Roman gods' names are given to the planets, did you realize I asked that? Oh, yeah, I know the Roman gods' names are given to the planets. Yeah, I know that. In fact, there's a video I want to make about that. Yeah,
thanks, Costa!
Yeah, my brother got me this because it's the most likely packs to have the Godzilla characters in them, because he's super thoughtful and he knows I love Godzilla. Do you think Saitama could lift Thor's hammer? Okay, Saitama's One Punch Man. I don't see why not, honestly. Have you heard of Ogun, the African god of war? I actually have heard of him, but I don't really know his story yet. Okay.
That's cool.
Now, I promised Wilda that when we got 45 minutes in, and we're 2 minutes late on that. Sorry, honey. So now this is going to be the Wilda segment for a little while. And so now you guys feel free to ask Wilda anything you want about anything. But yeah, she's a social media coach. She has lots of great tips about that kind of stuff. And she's also incredibly wise and knows everything about everything.
Oh my god.
So go ahead and ask Wilda stuff if you want.
Yeah, we could do a little mixeroo, if anything, in the next 5 minutes or so is social media related. So I was the one who strategized the Mythology guy and all that. So if any of you are aspiring content creators or you want to make money online, feel free to ask me. I social media coach.
Yeah. Hug Wilda in honor of Aphrodite. Well, I suppose if it's in honor of Aphrodite. X0, please stop spamming the chat. I'm going to ignore your question if you keep that up.
Wilda's wild segment. Cute. Yeah, we could do a mix if anything pops up in the meantime.
Yeah, okay. What's your favorite book? Maybe they're asking you that. What's your favorite book?
Kind of depends. But I think one of the best books I've read in self-help is 101 Ways to Change the Way You Think by Brianna Wiest. Yeah, and also just books by Jamie Varon when it comes to just mental health, and if you're feeling a lot of pressure in your 20s or just any time in life, a lot of her work can get you out of that. So
yeah, cool. And my favorite series are Percy Jackson, Aragon, and the Gone series. Aragon. I think somebody asked, how did you guys meet?
Oh,
let me see. I think I saw. I can't find it. All right, well, I'm pretty sure someone asked that, so do you want to answer or do you want me to answer?
I'll supplement.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, there it is. How did y'all meet Miss Mythmother?
Oh my god, Mythmother!
This is definitely a question for you.
What?
Also, as an aspiring writer, do you have any tips? Of course, tips pertaining to self-publishing or anything like that. There you go.
Okay, so Dubus Meta. So, how did we meet? We were both actors at a little tourist attraction. And so, yeah, he had worked there a month before me. And then I came in, changed his life.
You did?
And yeah, so we both met as actors. And so for your question about aspiring writers. Oh, okay. So here's something. So what if you want to like add some details, like what kind of writing are you like aspiring book writer or more like articles? And in either case, or do you want to do like a blog? Let me know. But I feel like if you're an aspiring writer, one really good resource is to publish on medium.com. And what I like about this versus making your own blog is the thing is when you're like an aspiring writer, one of the biggest problems or hurdles, and you can like share whatever you're going through, is getting people to see your stuff, right? I mean, first and foremost, I would just share that anywhere. If you have a Facebook, link your article. If you have Instagram, post it, promote it, do all that shit. But what I like about medium.com, it's kind of like the YouTube for writers. And they already have a platform. And so if you were to publish your work on that website, you have more of a chance of people seeing your stuff because there are already thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, millions of readers on there. So I feel like that can be a good kickstart to just kind of get in the rhythm. And through publishing houses on there, you can get more people to recognize your work.
Yeah, so there we go. All right, let's look through, see if we've... Oh, sorry for spamming. It was an accident. It's okay. Just, All right. Dear Mythwife, when is your birthday? And will there be a stream on your birthday, too? Well, that's up to her.
I guess we'll see. I don't even know what I'm doing on my birthday, but if y'all request it, maybe.
Well, tell them when it is.
Yeah, I was born on March 17th, the day of drinking and luck, so...
St. Patrick's Day.
Time to get fucked up. Okay. Wait, I saw another question about...
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Any advice for creating a media studio? Like movies, shows, and games, that sort of stuff.
There you go.
So do you want to produce, like, movies, shows, games, or are you more of, like, a fan? So just, wanted to get a little more clarity on that question, the Dino guy. Let me know. Wilda, have you heard of the civil war in, Myanmar? No.
Myanmar, I think. So, I guess that's a no for that one. All right. What's your favorite work of fiction? Well, I mean, I've said, like, Percy Jackson books, Aragon books, Gone series. Do you have a favorite work of fiction, huh?
I'd have to muse on that. I mainly read, like, nonfiction books.
And I dropped that.
Oh! You got another...
Oh,
shit!
Wow! Thank you, Metal Dragmire. That sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Happy birthday, Mythology Guy. I got an extremely hard question for you. Can you name at least one or two things that the Peter Johnson movies did better than the TV show, and dare I say, the books? Okay, it's hard to... I don't think they did anything better than the books. The closest thing I would say would be the Hotel Lotus scene, because it was definitely better than the show in the movie. The movie made the hotel look like a lot of fun. The show made the hotel look boring. I was very, very annoyed. And one thing the movie did that was a little cool that wasn't in the books was they had them eating the lotus flowers, which is more mythically accurate. So that's really cool. Thank you for the donation, my friend.
Yeah. But one just... I was kind of thinking about the media question again.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
And so, again, like, I'd like to know some more details, but just, like, general thoughts on it. If you were aspiring to do, like, commentary and just kind of sharing your opinion on things... I would just start there, right? Like, I would start posting... Like, I would play around first and foremost with shorts on YouTube and TikTok, and the reason behind this is, so if you were planning to do, like, YouTube videos or something, it's a lot of time and dedication to do a 15-minute video, right? A 20-minute video. And so I feel like if you haven't yet started your media company, just playing around with shorts, because they are, like, little clips... can definitely get your foot into the door, and then you can kind of figure out what's working and what's not. So, I hope that helps.
Yeah. No, honestly, like, that worked great for our channel with the shorts and everything.
Yeah. I think someone asked my ethnicity.
Oh, yeah?
So, I'm an American, born and raised here, but, like, if we go to my roots, I'm Filipino.
Yeah, there you go. Do you know the game Nier Automata? Yeah, I played through it. I didn't love it. I thought, like, the story... I couldn't follow the story anymore by the end. I was like, what the hell is going on? Favorite Pokemon? My two favorites are Charizard and Mewtwo, which is why I have them both here. Who's your favorite?
My favorite Pokemon?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe Pikachu.
Yeah, because you're my little Pikachu. Have you seen the Hanuman movie yet? No, not yet. It's hard to make videos on Hindu stuff. They keep getting copyright blasted.
Hello, Dean. Represent.
Yay, Philippines rules. So Sauron's saying there's some stuff going on in that country. Well, I don't know if that's good or bad, honestly. I haven't kept up with that news. Rank every Transformers movie.
Good luck.
Well, the animated one is the best, and then the first Michael Bay one is probably second best, and then it keeps going downhill from there. There you go.
Yeah. I feel like if people still have social media questions, they can kind of just ask until the end, and I'll just like pop back in.
Yeah, of course.
And if ever you're missing this live and you need some social media coaching, just follow me on Instagram at _brand_whisperer, and I'm happy to help you.
Yeah, so feel free to ask any questions for her, and she'll answer them because she's still here for the rest of the live. But that was it. That was a little segment just for her where I pieced out for a bit, and now we're both here. What do you think of Pacific Rim? I saw the first movie, didn't see the second movie. I thought it was pretty cool. Oh my god, finally my comment was read. Yeah, sorry, between the Patreon stuff and the segments and everything, and how many awesome people are here, it's a little hard. That's why I don't answer people who spam, because you're making it harder for everyone else. Membership when? Oh, well, we have Patreon membership, so there you go. Any Korean mythology that you know? Actually, no, not really. I don't think I know any Korean mythology. I'm sorry, but I will eventually want to learn it. Yeah, like, anyone who knows me, including her, knows I love to learn every damn mythology. Are Hanuman and Sun Wukong equal? Well, if you ask the Hindu people, no, Hanuman is better. But if you ask the Chinese people, no, Sun Wukong is better. If you ask me, yeah.
Pick one.
But I just answered the question. They're equal.
But who's your favorite? Oh, I think I already know.
Oh, well, you know my favorite is Sun Wukong, but I still love Hanuman.
Well.
Yeah. What's my favorite Godzilla era? Oh, God, I don't know. Well, maybe just because I'm nostalgic for it. Like, I grew up with everything pre-90s, and then there was the 90s one, which was weird. Maybe Godzilla 2000. That one's really cool, honestly. Son of Thanatos, thanks for the donation. I really hope Rick writes a series about Celtic myth. Sadly, I don't think they will, because they said there was a throwaway line in the Trials of Apollo book that I think they said the Celtic gods are dead. So I'm like, aw, man, we're not going to get Celtic myth. Korean mythology is pretty similar to Japanese. I have heard that. Who's your favorite Primarch and what? I don't know what a Primarch is, I'm sorry. How's the card game going? It's so close. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, sorry for spamming. It's just I'm a huge fan and I want to hear you read my comment. Oh, that's okay, Zero. I will read your comment. Just post it sparingly, please. I will post it again and don't spam it and I'll read it. I promise. If you don't spam it. Okay. Have you ever watched Troll Hunters? I sadly haven't. I do know it's an adaptation of British folklore, so it's something I'm curious about. Thanks for reading my comment. You're welcome. Whose birthday? My birthday! Woo! I'm 30 now. I'm old. Did you watch the Naruto manga? Yeah, anime, because anime have that many mythology based on. I haven't seen any Naruto stuff except Naruto Abridged. But I think eventually I'll do a video on it because I know that incorporates some Japanese legend into it. By the way, if it seems like I'm skipping a comment here and there, the chat is moving. I'm just doing what I can see. Pacific Rim kind of mid, not gonna lie. Okay, can you please answer my question? I'm trying. You should make a video about gypsy mythology. That's not off the table. I know this is gonna shock people, but there's no character named Mythology Guy that wait, what? There's no character named Mythology Guy that tells us what's right and wrong about mythical stories in mythology. There is now. Do you like the Cthulhu mythos? I only know like 2 Lovecraftian stories. I do have a book of Lovecraftian stuff that I will eventually go through, so I'll have a more definitive answer after that. Happy birthday, thank you. What's your opinion on the live-action Hercules? Obviously not released. Oh, the Disney remake they're making? I think it's going to be trash, because every Disney remake is trash, and the only thing, like, I know you guys want me to watch it, so I will definitely, unfortunately, watch it and make a video where I scream. Probably. Happy birthday, legend. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Who's your favorite Roman god, not counting the ones that are the same as Greek counterparts? Mine's Mars. Happy birthday. I love your stuff. I thought you were saying favorite Roman god who doesn't have a Greek counterpart, because Mars does have an Ares counterpart, but okay. What's my favorite Roman god? If we get to include people with counterparts, it would be Pluto, because he's Hades' counterpart. But I do legitimately like Janus. Janus is where we get the word January from, and that's my birthday month, so The Primarchs are the sons of the Emperor in Warhammer 40k. Okay, see, now that's a question for my brother. I don't know this lore. Is she your sis? Yes. She is my sis.
Give me a kiss.
She is my sis. Give me a kiss, sis. Yeah, the Lannisters send their regards. Do you think Hera is a Karen? Oh, yeah, she's a total Heron.
Oh, someone's asking why we broke up. You look cute. So great couple.
Aw. Well, we broke up because, frankly, I've outgrown her.
Oh!
No. What do you mean?
The fact that, you're my brother. That's
Yeah,
the reason to break up.
it made things a little weird. This brother-sister relationship. Have you ever played D&D? Yes, actually, we both have. She was playing as a barbarian who, I swear to God, she kept getting rolls where she killed everything in one hit, so we called her One-Hit Wilda when we played. I played as a character who got screwed over constantly. It was kind of funny for everyone. But I don't play it regularly. I just play it to dick around. Like, I'm a kind of a pain to play with because I keep dicking around all the time.
Ooh. Matt7799.
Okay.
This one.
It's that time of the month, the first one of the year. What is your wisdom with Mimir? By the way, happy birthday. It was mine 2 weeks ago. Awesome. Wisdom with Mimir. God, I don't know. Give me some time to think of one. In the meantime, I'll answer other questions. Draken Gaming says, what? What indeed, my friend. What's your favorite card you've made, whether because of the art or the way the card works? Oh, that's like picking your favorite child. But I really love our Yama artwork.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You can actually see it on the Instagram. We shared it. I love that one to death.
So good.
But there are a lot of cards I love to death. But that's one of my favorites for sure. I just think the art looks great. I'm also proud of the ability I gave him. Happy birthday, Andrew. Are you into eldritch or cosmic horror related stuff like Lovecraft? Oh, I got asked this earlier. Also, can you tell me about your upcoming card game? Are there any Greek gods of preservation and creation? Well, all 14 of the major gods are in the game, so there's that. And there's also gods like Persephone and stuff. There's a lot of Greek gods in the game. And there's also Pan, god of nature. You could consider that creation or preservation. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing right there. Okay, Emma Bowen's, I think, been asking for a while, and I haven't been able to answer her. Short series idea, Facts with Annabeth, would be about Annabeth telling geeky facts about certain Greek gods and monsters to the audience. That's an interesting idea. I think, the Percy Jackson fandom would find that fun. I'm kind of... if Disney Plus wanted to, they could make that a tiny little short series. But they won't. Favorite Greek god? My two favorites are Hades and Heracles. I love them. So, she hits ones and you get screwed. Yes, basically. What would you call it if you backflipped into a pool of hamburgers? A viral video. Devious Minds, thank you for the donation. Can you make a video on the Eleusinian mysteries? That's actually been requested before, so I do have it listed. So it might eventually happen, yeah. Darth Vader asks, if Yahweh was to fight every other god but the all-powerful ones, who would win? Well, if he's not fighting the all-powerful ones, then he would win because he's an all-powerful one. Mm-hmm. But if he's fighting the all-powerful ones like Chaos or Shiva, it's any man's game, I guess. Hey Andrew, happy birthday. Thank you. Celtic myth is my fave. Cool. Is Typhon in the game? Yes. Did Pan die? There actually are Greek stories, not like official myths, but there are tellings that say he died. Actually, there is one myth where he dies because Apollo skins him and makes a drum out of him. But I think the more canon version is where that's a satyr named Marsyas and not Pan. I've been asking for 30. I'm trying not to spam. I keep looking for your questions, Zero. I'm really looking for it. See, I keep seeing those comments, but I'm not seeing the main one.
He's doing his best.
I'm looking for it. Like, I'm pretty sure Wilda's looking for it too. How long have you been siblings? Ever since it was decreed by Lord Major that these two shall be family from this day until their last days and all the nights to come. Please read my comment, I'm begging. I'm writing 3 Greek mythology books. Ooh. Do you have any ideas, suggestions, or advice? The question is for both of you. Well, I mean, the question is for both of us. Okay, cool. Why don't you go first? But first, let me answer this question before it disappears from Son of Thanatos. Thank you for the donation. Maybe the Celtic gods are alive, but have simply been forgotten by humanity, except for a few. That's how Rick could explain how they're still alive. That could be cool. All right, why don't you answer that guy's question about writing 3 mythology books? Do we have any advice?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like go with what you really want to write. You know, I feel like writers can really get caught up with, oh my god, is it super duper accurate, for example? Yeah. And it's like, I mean, fucking Marvel isn't 100% accurate, you know? Yeah. Like, your story can be inspired by the myths, right? And so I just want to encourage you, like, whatever's, like, kind of in your heart to write about, whether it's super duper accurate or more inspired, to go for what your heart wants you to do. And I promise, like, with the right marketing, you can find the people who are going to love the shit out of what you write.
Yeah, honestly, very well said. And yeah, like, so you're writing Greek mythology books. Now, I, as a mythology lover, love to see, like, little hints and characters from the mythologies that I'm into. So I think, like, people are going to like that, too. One thing that, like, of course, write what you truly want to write. But one other thing is, like, myth fans get really happy when you're, like, at least somewhat accurate to it, because they love that little Easter egg thing they like to soy out when they see all that stuff. Yeah. I don't know if YouTube is marking my chat as inappropriate or whatever. Oh, well, maybe just try some different language, because I saw that message. So maybe just try rewording it. Calamity, thank you for the donation, and Leafy, thank you for the donation. Damn, okay, let's answer these. What is your favorite non-mythological show or movie? Happy birthday, Big Beard Myth Man. Hope you both have a great day. Aww. I love you guys. So my favorite non-mythological movie is The Dark Knight, and that's just my favorite movie. So, yeah. I also really love movies like Forrest Gump, It's a Wonderful Life, and so on. What's your favorite movie? Or show?
I mean, show. I love New Girl!
Yeah, and my favorite show is Friends. So there you go. and she loves Friends.
Oh, yeah, so. Biggest fan!
And Leafy asked, you want Age of Mythology 2? How would you make it? I would... First of all, I'd fix the balancing issues in Age of Mythology 1. Second of all, obviously, you got to update the graphics. And third, I would make it... Here's what I would do. First, I'd double the number of mythologies in it, so we'd have 10 mythologies. Like, including, doubling the expansion of China and Atlantis. And I would make the story the Mesopotamian gods are rising again. The first gods. And they want to take back the world. And so that's why the other cultures are all being attacked at once. And even their gods are failing, because a lot of their gods were actually inspired by Mesopotamian and Babylonian gods, so they can't defeat these gods because they're the originals. So the only way to beat them is for every other culture to join forces. Ooh. I think that would be a really, really cool campaign. Because the big one thing that is always really cool in mythology stories is this ancient evil coming back. Like whether it's the Titans or the Giants or the Primordials. This would be the most ancient mythological power coming back. Literally the oldest mythology we know of. Yeah. Mesopotamian. I think it would be amazing. That's how I would do the story. Okay, look, I found X0X's question. I am trying to say I read a graphic novel about Perseus, and it said that the king of Argos locked her in a tower and didn't throw her into the sea. Is that true? So here's, okay, so I can actually very easily answer that. What happened in the Argos story So you're talking about Danae's father, right? So Danae's father heard a prophecy that his grandson would kill him. So he took his only daughter and he locked her in a tower to make sure nobody could fuck her. He was like, nobody bang this girl, okay? Nobody implant their seed in this girl or that seed's gonna kill me. All right? We ain't letting that happen. So he did lock her in a tower, but then Zeus saw her and went, "Aw, yeah."
Oh my
and
God.
he turned himself into golden rain and he flooded that girl and he planted his little mini Zeus seed inside of her. And then the king of Argos, one of his guards, said, "Hey, your daughter is pregnant." He's like, "Who the fuck?" And the guard went, "It was Zeus." He went, "Ah, crap. Well, I can't kill it now because then Zeus is going to get mad." So then he took his daughter and threw her into the sea because then he was like, "All right, if she dies, it's Poseidon's fault, not my fault." Like, brilliant logic there. So he did lock her in a tower, but he did also throw her into the sea afterward. So that's how the story goes.
He was like, "See you later."
I love you. Thomas Briscoe. So I'm glad we finally got to answer Zero's question there. Thomas Briscoe, thank you for the donation. My birthday was yesterday. I'm 27 now. Ah, you child. Ah, you
fetus.
Little child. You fetus. No, happy late birthday. That's awesome. Zeus loves forbidden fruit, lol. He certainly does. He would not have lasted in the Garden of Eden. Myth Guy, do you remember me from your previous streams? I do. I remember Emma Bowen. It's I think you had that same profile picture, didn't you? I remember that. Okay, happy birthday from Australia. Thank you so much. Could you make a review video of the Odyssey musical? I really want to watch the Odyssey musical, so chances are I will do a video on it after. It's called Epic the Musical. Oh, I think I've heard of this. People have said you should watch Epic the Musical. I didn't know it was the Odyssey, though, so that's really cool. Wikipedia, sure, dude. Thank you. Myth Guy, do you remember... Oh, I already answered that. Quick question. Is there a reason Hera hates Heracles over the Children of Zeus thing? Well, I think that's the main reason. She's also a little annoyed that Athena put Heracles up against Hera's bosom while she was sleeping and he drank her milk. Because,
what?
This is what Greek gods do. They go, "Consent? What's that? Who's he?" Did Zeus smash Aphrodite? Shockingly, no.
What?
The two
Never?
thirstiest Greek gods never banged.
Interesting.
Gelos would be ashamed of these jokes. No, he would be proud. Oh yeah, I still need to come up with a wisdom. With Mimir. Oh god, sorry. I don't have something off the top of my head right now. I don't know. I'll think of it. Deep dish is king. Yes, it is. Happy birthday, Myth Guy. Thank you. Oh, no, you missed my donation question. Oh, shit, I did? Okay, well, here it is again. Have you ever tried to make your own mythology? People keep telling me I should try to make my own mythology. Thank you for the donation. I'm sorry I missed it. People keep telling me I should try to make my own mythology, but I've never had a huge interest in it. I think as a kid, I started thinking of my own, titans and stuff. But as time went on, I was like, there's already so many mythologies out there. I'm just happy learning about the ones that exist. Mm-hmm. I did do what every kid does and come up with my own superhero team, though. I've even told her about it before. And, I've come up with a lot of stories that I would like to eventually tell. But, yeah, right. I've never really written my entire own mythos. I'm a big fan. I think all your videos are funny. Thank you. Aww. Did you draw the pictures of the gods for the card game yourself? No. I wish I had that kind of talent. No, the artists are all credited on Instagram. On each image, you can see who drew them. Also, in the art lore videos, in the video descriptions, each artist is credited. So that's how you can see who drew what. What's my favorite Greek myth? The 12 Labors of Heracles. Hi to you too. What if Harambe... What if Harambe the gorilla was the equivalent of Balder? Well, then Ragnarok is upon us, my friends. Wilda, what's your favorite Greek god?
Ooh, probably Daddy Thor. Just because
Thor's not Greek.
Oh, I thought just gods in
Why
general.
You calling another man daddy?
It's Thor!
I'm going to tell you guys a story.
What?
We went to go see Thor Ragnarok together, and the scene where Chris Hemsworth is shirtless and walking around, when he put a shirt on, I hear her next to me going, No. I was like, excuse me? You don't say that when I put on a shirt, you bitch.
But yeah, so Greek god, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this is partially influenced by you, but I think Hades pretty chill.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Who is Gurion? Gurion is actually the son of Chrysaor, who is the son of Medusa. So Gurion is the grandson of Medusa. He's a guy with... There's different stories. He's either got 3 bodies all on the same pair of legs, or 3 heads all on the same body, or both. Like 3 bodies and 3 heads.
Ooh.
And he could only be killed by stabbing all 3 hearts at once.
So Dean Domino was like, to both of you, would you rather the next God of War game in Egyptian or Catholic mythology?
Egyptian or Catholic? It'd be interesting to see God of War in Catholic, but I think Egyptian's a better fit for God of War.
Yeah, same. And I just feel like, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I just feel like there's so much visual fun out of, like, the pyramids and, like, the sand dunes and everything.
One thing Egypt had going for it was the monuments they had. It was incredible. That's why in the game, I literally created more monsters just like, hey, what if this monument came to life?
Right.
What if the Colossus of Memnon came to life? What if the Great Sphinx of Giza came to life? So, it's cool. If Hydra's not kaiju sized, is it only 50 feet long? There's not an exact measurement, but we do have a couple of pictures of Heracles fighting it and Greek soldiers fighting it. It's about the same height as people, typically. Yeah. Will you ever do an inaccuracy video on Netflix's movie Monkey? Probably. Nate Nadeau, thank you for the donation. Can't just mention your own superhero team and not elaborate or explain. Who were they?
Let's go!
So, you know how, so I'll say this right off the bat. You know how the Justice League has Wonder Woman on the team, who's basically the Greek mythology representative, and the Avengers has Thor, who's basically the Norse mythology representative? My team had Sun Wukong on the team as a Chinese mythology representative. It also had a character with telekinesis called Megamind, and then the movie Megamind came out, and I was like, hey, that was my name! It also had a guy who has, like, the DNA of the entire animal kingdom coursing through his veins, so he can. He was he couldn't shapeshift, but he could access the abilities of like every animal. He was named Alpha. That's what I called him. And there was also there was an immortal comedian on the team. Like he was a comedian who gained immortality, so he cannot die, and so he decided to become a superhero as a result. And in the early stories, I thought he would just be the worst superhero because he has no idea what he's doing. But as he keeps getting like stabbed and shot and keep fighting, like he builds skill from that. And he's like, he's called the Comic. And he has, like, brass knuckles with smiley faces on them, so when he punches someone, there's smiles. He says, let's put a smile on that face. Okay, and he also has a baseball bat called the Slapstick that he hits people with. So it was stuff like that. And there was also a woman on the team with sun powers named Solara, who, when I first imagined her, she was like a white blonde woman, but then I got to know Wilda, and she transformed into a Filipino woman. So, yeah, it became more inspired by Wilda as time went on. So, yeah, that's pretty much the team right there. Okay, so DC's Animal Man, basically. Kinda. What got you into mythology? I knew someone was going to ask that. My mom did. She read me D'Aulaire's Greek Myths and Arabian Nights. Then there was Age of Mythology, Jackie Chan Adventures, and the Angry Aztecs from Horrible Histories. Those expanded it. And I go into it more in the video I put up literally yesterday. Love your shirt? Thank you. I consider Hades and Hestia Olympians. So do I. Okay. Also, apologies if sending my question too much. No, I haven't seen it until now. Hope the Myth Mother picks up. So I think they're talking to you, hon. Now, I didn't know about Medium. What I'm writing is a fantasy story.
Oh.
Myth Dad, tips on making a pantheon? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, but Medium is also a way to build an audience.
Yeah.
Well, tips on... So you're making up your own pantheon.
Cool.
Well, here, I'm going to give you one tip. Try to make a couple gods that reign over things you don't normally see used. Like, do some different stuff. Do some creative stuff that people don't normally see. Like, I'm sure you've got to have your god of nature, or god of fire, and stuff like that. But maybe, I don't know, does your story take place in modern day? Maybe have a god of technology or some shit. Have some cool stuff that we don't see time and time again, because people have seen like so many types of gods. Try to give them something they either haven't seen or a new twist on something they've already seen. I think that could be really cool.
Yeah.
Like, potentially. Yeah.
Okay. So Medium.com, last I checked, isn't super about fantasy. Like, it's more for, like, nonfiction writing. So I guess in that case, what I think is, like, I think just pour your heart and soul into this fantasy book that you're doing. And I feel like, well, one thing that I think creative people can get caught up in is just kind of perfectionism and never releasing that book. And so I feel like while you don't want to rush yourself necessarily, I feel like also just having some good deadlines for yourself, like, okay, in 3 months from now, I want to at least get the whole draft out. Another 3 months after that, I would love to have the first edit done. And just kind of have, like, blocks for hitting different goals. And then afterwards, I think get someone, invest in marketing. Like me. Get someone to help you market the shit out of that on, like, TikTok. And yeah, you can follow me if ever.
Oh, and this is another question about us. I've seen almost all of Mr. Mythology Guy's videos, but new for me hearing about Mrs. Mythology. How long have you two been together, and happy birthday? We've been together, let's see, we got together, we were 23. So, but not right when we were 23, so now that I'm 30, it's been about 6.5 years.
Yeah, about, more or less.
Yeah. So I managed to keep her around. I saw somebody ask, there's something I want, your mother is an Elysium. Thank you. That's very nice of you, Sauron. I saw somebody ask, why do you call it Japanese mythology when its actual name is Shinto mythology? You're right, its actual name is Shinto mythology, but it's still Japanese. It's still from Japan. It's just like, calling... we call it Greek mythology. They probably had a different name for it. Like we call it Norse mythology, but some people will be like, oh no, call it Viking mythology. Oh no, call it Norwegian mythology. Oh no, call it... Celtic mythology is an amalgamation of Irish, Scottish, Welsh, and British, but we can still call it Celtic. It's still accurate.
Yeah.
You can say Shinto is the actual name, but Japanese is still also an actual name. Shinto is the more specific name, sure. Like... I can call it. It's also just the reason I mainly say Japanese is because more people will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When I say that. Of course, yeah. The intellectual connoisseurs will know what I mean when I say Shinto. But I like to appeal to as many people as possible. So that's typically why I'll say Japanese. Yeah.
And that's just a great social media tip in general,
there you go.
where. Yeah, there can be a more accurate way to label things, but the thing is, especially if you're trying to grow your audience really fast, you want to have SEO or search engine optimization on point, where people can actually find what you're looking for, and you want to use words that people are typically searching more.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Transformer? Unicron. Blah, he's a planet devouring Transformer god, basically. Marry Wilda in honor of Hera. You heard him. We gotta do it.
Ring a ding ding.
We gotta do it. All right. Now, do you take this man?
Ring a ding ding. No,
okay.
no.
Ring a ding ding. Okay, let's see. I can make a ring out of plastic. Here you go. We're gonna put that around your finger, and you're going to commit. How could you?
I threw it on the ground.
Oh!
You must think I'm a joke.
Opinion on Kid Icarus Uprising. Haven't played it. Did Wilda cook you pancit for your birthday? She's cooked me pancit before.
Many times. I am a pancit connoisseur.
I love her pancit.
I'm amazing at it.
God damn it, read my chat, Mythology Guy. Who's your favorite hero? Mine is Gilgamesh. And Arth Dodson maths are my favorite. Same to you or miss? I really like Gilgamesh. My favorite, though, is Heracles. I love his story. I love how he outsmarts some of his labors, like how he figured out how to do the poop cleaning labor, and how he figured out how to outsmart Atlas, and how to kill Antaeus and the Hydra and stuff. I just find it a very satisfying story. So yes, my favorite is The Tale of Heracles. Leafy here with another donation.
Let's go!
Like to base characters on you two. Aw. Would you want to be gods, immortals, Nephilim, jinns, synthetic angels, elves, fairy race, or a mortal race?
What's a Nephilim?
A Nephilim...
Jinn and synthetic.
So jinn are genies.
Oh.
Nephilim are basically Christianity's version of giants. Sometimes they're said to be half human, half demon, or half human, half angel. It depends on who you ask. I like the idea that they're half angel, half demon.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But they're giants?
They are sometimes considered to be giants. Yeah. So what do you want to be?
Yeah, make me the half angel, half demon.
Personally, I don't care. Make me whatever you want. It's an honor just to be referenced, in my opinion. It's such an honor. Wilda, please answer. Where can I find a good punset recipe?
I mean, go to my Instagram and maybe I'll make one.
Happy birthday before I forget. Aw. Rate Artemis out of 10. 7 or 8. I like Artemis.
She cool.
Yeah. Is your name Andrew? No, her name's Wilda. Yes, my name's Andrew. I saw someone ask, what state are you in? Well, I'd say I'm in a state of happiness right now. You?
Dismay.
Wow! Thank you for the donation, Futuromaniac. If the two of you were gods, what would you be gods of? Also, what actual gods do you identify with? What gods do you see in each other?
Aww. That's cute.
I always thought, like, Zong-Kui and Hephaestus had interesting stories. I liked their stories. I've said this before, but if I were a god, I'd be the god of people having a good time. I'd love to be a god who'd go to someone who's overly stressed, freeze time for them and say, go to sleep. Then when you wake up, we're throwing a huge party, which exists outside of time, so it has no consequences. You're going to have the time of your life, feast, gain no calories, and party and go down an amusement park, whatever you like. Then go back to sleep. And then when you wake up, I'll unfreeze time and you can get back to it. But that's what I do as a god. What would you be?
I think I would be a god of prophecy, where you come to me and basically...
So you want to be a problem in mythology.
What do you mean? No, I'm going to tell you the truth. You come to me, you tell me your situation, and I'm going to be like, okay, these are several paths that could happen for you, depending on what you do. Okay? I'm going to give it to you.
So you're not just going to tell them what's going to happen. You're going to be like, so here's what's going to happen. Here's what you need to do, boy.
Yes, exactly. Like, I am the god of paths.
So you're like a god of guidance.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. I saw someone ask, is Zeus good, neutral, or bad? Yes. Has Chaos actually ever interacted with the gods? Well, there are stories where Chaos mated with Nyx, so there is that. Yeah. Andrew, what about Slavic mythology? Slavic mythology is cool. I just need to learn more of it. Like, I've done a few Slavic videos on the channel. Hi. Hello. Who would win between Ra and Apollo? Ra. Ra is the embodiment of the primordial Egyptian god Atum. Apollo's not going to beat that. Yep. Glad Hera isn't there otherwise, and now the chat's gone. Pineapples, yes or no? No.
Yes! On pizza!
Face the wall. Hey, I'm new here, but I really love your content and happy birthday. My question is to the both of you would be, what do you think is the most difficult mythology to research or explain? Okay. The most difficult one I've had so far would be either Hinduism or Zoroastrianism. Because those are two very complicated mythologies. The thing is, with Hinduism, is there's so many... People can't fucking agree on what Shiva is, what he can do, or what the rest of the High Trinity is, or what they can do, or who Shesha is, or what he can do. It's all over the place. It's crazy. It's still a super awesome mythology, though. It's got like an Avengers Endgame level story, and I highly recommend it. it's a lot to take in if you really want to try to understand it and learn it. And even with all I've learned and all I've studied and all the effort I put in, I still get a lot of people going, no, that's not right, no, that's not my belief, no, you're using the wrong version of the... So it's crazy. It's all over the place.
Oh, I saw a really cute or touching comment. Maria said, I think Wilda would be a better prophecy god than most, since she respects free will and gives actual good advice.
Aww.
I appreciate that.
Well, Maria's been a fan of the channel for some time,
really?
so thank you for that. I recognize the name, yeah. Andrew, where are you from? I'm an American! Ding! I also noticed it looked like some people made a mistake on Patreon. Instead of messaging me, they commented their questions on a post. So I'm going to try to answer that.
Ew, there's such thing as banana in pizza? Get out.
Get out. Get out of my house.
Andrew loves banana, by the way.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Okay, so this one guy, David Walton on Patreon, thanks for being a Patreon supporter, asked, will you do a review of Witcher Season 3? So, it's a little late to do a proper review of it, but I will probably talk about it in my ranking everything that came out in 2023 video. Spoiler, I hated Witcher Season 3. Awful season. That was terrible. Interesting name asked on that post. I am currently watching your most frequently asked questions and looking at the books in the background. The hero and villain books, those that are sitting up there. What are they and are they good? So it's a sequel series to the Gone series by Michael Grant. That series is phenomenal. As for these three, I've only read the first one so far, so it's hard for me to tell you. But I highly recommend the Gone series, and if you love it enough, maybe check these out. Have you ever considered making a skit where Anubis wanders into the wrong underworld and then gets adopted by Hades?
I love that!
I think it would be fun. I also love that. Great idea, interesting. Hey, interesting name, interesting idea.
There you go.
So I think you can count on that eventually happening. Then also from David Walton, are you doing a myth ranking of 2023? I just said yes, I will. It's going to be a little late though because there's a lot I'm working on right now.
Banana tuna.
And then he also asks, what order do you recommend reading the Riordan verse? In release order. Just read it in release order. Q&A question, what's your favorite creature from Norse mythology? Okay, and that's the last of David Walton's questions.
Ooh, so Spyros has a question.
Alright, let me just answer this David Walton question real quick. Favorite creature from Norse mythology is probably Garm. The giant hellhound. I just think like he sounds really cool, and I was really happy to see him appear in God of War Ragnarok. So, what's the question you wanted me to see?
Oh shit, who was it again?
Was it Spyros?
Yes.
Oh, well there it is.
There it is.
Could you please answer my question? The thing that you're doing with Immortals Greek cards, are you doing this with other myth cards? I mean, no disrespect, and I'm trying to be patient. No, it's fine. I understand the frustration of like getting your question answered. Immortals has 7 mythologies in it at launch. It's going to have Greek, Egyptian, Norse, Mesoamerican, primarily Aztec, Chinese, Japanese, and Hindu at launch. And if the game's a huge success, which is up to you guys, then there will be lots of expansions. I've already fully planned out a Celtic one, which is going to utilize the Fomorians, the Tuatha De Danann, and the Knights of the Round Table. So hopefully you guys like that. So make the game successful. It's up to you guys. Sherry the Artist, thank you for the donation to the Birthday Cake Fund. Aww, thank you.
That's so sweet.
That's so sweet. I love you guys. You guys have been so generous today. How was Aphrodite? She was a bit hoary. I mean, you know, she's not like one of the worst gods or anything. Like, look, when I say something mean about a Greek god, keep in mind all the Greek gods are like that. I'm not singling anybody out. Yeah. Well, except for Hestia. Hestia is Bestia. Hi, Andrew. I made a myth where... Oh, shit. There it went. Okay, let me finish this. I made a myth where a cow got milked and its milk became the stars and the wool of the sheep became the clouds. What do you think?
That's cute.
That's a cute little creative idea. So you made a Milky Way is what I'm hearing. That's kind of like the Greek myth where Hera's milk became the Milky Way. That's actually where we get the term Milky Way from. You know.
Milky Ways are his favorite.
That actually is one of my favorite candies. My favorite candies are Reese's, Milky Way, and Crunch Bars. Oh, and nerds. Do you like cats or dogs? Yes. What about you?
Ooh, love them both. I love cat dogs. Cats that act like dogs. I have one.
I was talking about the template. Oh yeah, each mythology has its own template. We've revealed. I revealed the Norse one. Again, go through the community posts and you'll see it. Yeah. Yeah. Wait? What? I saw your name. What was that? Could Wilda be the mythology girl? You mean mythology woman? I mean, if she wanted to, I'm sure she could. But I think Wilda likes being the brand whisperer. Yeah. I'm going to make a mythology book. Man, a lot of people making mythology books. Okay. I'm going to make a mythology working on the naming it Elementia mythology. Where do I upload it? I really don't know. Please, make your own YouTube channel or TikTok page or write a Medium article or, there's so many social medias where you can upload it to and, or put it on Reddit. I don't know. There's, just upload it wherever you want and see what happens. And if it's not popping off as much as you want it to, upload it on another side and, just upload content around it or something.
Or contact me, the brand whisperer.
That's true. First off, happy birthday. Thank you. Second, I believe Odin is a better ruler than Zeus. I don't see any reason to argue with that. My birthday's in 4 months. Well, congratulations. Andrew, I honestly forgot how Rick settled so many mythologies coexisting in the books. By the way, don't know if you saw before, but happy birthday. Aw. Well, Rick doesn't, give a definitive explanation of how they all coexist, because you really can't. I think he just said, it's alternate layers of reality or something like that. How was Aphrodite made? Oh, that's what you were asking. Aphrodite was created when Kronos cut Uranus' ball sack off, and his severed ball sack fell into the ocean. And because the ocean is also a living being, the semen from the ball sack impregnated the ocean, and Aphrodite was born.
There you go.
Mythology. Otherwise, you guys would be the next Big and Little Dipper. Sorry, chat's too fast, so I finished the rest. Okay. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Mythology. Have either of you played Super Mario Bros. Wonder? It's really good. Also, great to see you come out of the closet as bi, Andrew. Did I miss something?
Oh, I knew about that.
Did I miss something?
You did that the other day.
No, haven't played Super Mario Bros. Wonder, but I've heard it's good, and I know she hasn't either. So, yeah.
Is that the colorful version that I saw in Target once?
I think so, yeah.
I want to play it.
Yeah, okay. Zombies come from mythology. Yeah, pretty much the vast majority of mythology has undead, so yeah. Would you consider reading the Lusiad? It's Portugal's call to the Aeneid, and has a lot of Greek myth influence. Oh, that's cool. Happy birthday. Thank you. Happy birthday, Mythology Guy. Would you mind answering my question? Well, what is your question? I don't know what it is. Just ask it again, Erebus. I'll see if I spot it. Happy birthday from Belgium. Quick question. Have you ever heard of the game Apotheon? If so, what are your thoughts? If not, you should check it out. It's actually on my Steam list of games to play, because I saw it and I was like, hey, this looks like a cool mythology game to maybe stream at one point. So eventually, yeah, we'll probably get to that. Mythology Guy, in your opinion, which mythology is more interesting, Greek or Norse? Ooh, well, you guys are asking me some hard questions. Well, here's the thing, and I'll tell you why the answer. I'm going to say Greek, but that's because the Greeks wrote down all of their legends. They were great writers. Sadly, the Norse have all this cool lore, but they wouldn't write it the fuck down. And that's why so much of it is lost now. And the only reason we have as much as we have is because a Christian man named Snorri Sturluson said, hey, your stories are cool, let me write them down. And thankfully he did. Leafy, thank you for another donation. People want you to be bi because you're cute and we like. Oh, okay. Well, I'll accept that. I'm still not bi, though. Okay, here's the Erebus's question. I'm working on a story where all mythologies are real. I want the horsemen of the biblical apocalypse to be gods from different mythologies. Odin would be war, but I need help with the rest. Can you help? Ooh, there's an interesting question right there. Give me a minute to think about it. John Borg says, happy birthday. Just want to say that I'm actually making up 2 mythologies as fake and a fake religious myth for 3 books. Okay, cool. Okay, so the other horsemen of the apocalypse would be conquest, aka pestilence, death, and famine. So for death, you have a ton of options. You could make Thanatos death, you could make Hades death, you could make Hell death, you could make Anubis death, you could make Osiris death, you could make the Morrigan death, you could make Iran death, you could make Mictlan Tekutli death. You see where I'm going with this. You could make Izanami death, you could make Yama death, you could make Yanloang death. So just so many death gods to pick from. It depends on what kind of character you want to give to death. One of the most powerful would probably be the Hindu Yama, who is also called Dharmaraj. So, that's an option for you. But Yama is a pretty honorable deity, so it depends. Do you want death to be honorable, or do you want him to be more malevolent? In which case, you might want to go more like Pazuzu or Iran or something like that. For conquest, again, you could pretty much put any war god in as conquest, honestly, because most war gods are also gods of conquest. Like Ares and such like that. So really, it just depends on what you want to do. But if you want him to be more pestilence, disease, you could pick the Aztec god... Crap, what's his name again? Calciatotlan. Calciatotlan is the Aztec god of disease. And that could be a fun way to mix it up, have an Aztec god in there as the god of disease. Oh, and you could even tie it into conquest a little because the Aztecs were literally conquered. You could have them have a conflicting, thing because of that. And then for famine, it's pretty hard, actually. Not a lot of gods of famine, because there's usually gods of food, because you want there to not be famine in mythology. But you know what would be probably a cool idea? You could have a former god of food who became a god of famine, because this god eventually, lost their way, or straight up died, and then came back as a perverse version of themselves.
That's cool.
I think that's a cool idea. Yeah, so there's stuff you could do with that. Why did mythologies always make death so cute? Or is it just me? I think because they wanted death to be a little less scary, is the thing. Isn't the horseman of death literally Saturn? I haven't heard that before, but you're welcome to make a case for it. Wait, what was that about Kratos? Okay, it's gone, unfortunately. Opinion on AI? AI can be fine if it's used, morally, but a lot of people don't do that, unfortunately. Question, what do you think of a Dionysus kid in PJO? I'd love to see that. I want to see a kid who has the powers over madness and alcohol and grapes and theater.
Theater!
I am dramatic, damn you! Ooh, Demeter could also be famine. Yeah, actually, because when she missed Persephone, she made things stop growing and created famine. Great suggestion right there. Yeah, exactly. Is there a god of bread? Yeah,
really?
There are a few gods of bread, actually. I know there's a Roman one specifically that's not in Greek myth. There's a Roman god of bread, but I don't remember the name, unfortunately. I also know there's a Japanese one and a Chinese one. So, yeah, there's some gods of bread. I love your vids. Thank you. The spirit realm is a parallel universe, if you say so. Opinion on South Park? She knows. I watch a lot of South Park.
We just watched South Park last night.
Yeah. You should do a skit around the good gods club again, but Zeus sits beside Hestia, and Hestia and Hephaestus be like, why are you here? And Zeus says, oh, I thought this was how to get more women club. Get out! That's funny. Guys, again, please don't spam the chat. I'm seeing a couple message appearing multiple times. Hey, honey, actually, do you have a wisdom with Mimir?
What?
You've never given us one.
I'll have to think about that.
Okay. Punch someone you hate in honor of Ares. I was actually about to go, I hate myself. Why were you gonna do it?
I don't know, just instinct,
There's no one I hate here. Except me. No. I have to go, bye, bread.
Bye, bread!
Bye, bread.
I love you,
bread. There you go, there's the god of bread.
I love bread.
Happy birthday, I had an idea for a dragon card with mythic dragon one-shotting Lovecraft dragon. Oh, that's cool, yeah. I mean, I've said before I'm open to maybe putting Lovecraft in the game at some point. And now I suddenly have the hiccups. Another question, Andrew. Are you going to do Balkan mythology, like the Albanians? Because where I'm from, and my name, if you do, please credit. Again, sorry for spamming. Oh, I might eventually. It's not one of the next things I'm planning to dive deep into, but I have had people ask for that before. So again, that's another thing on my list. I got a lot on my list, by the way. It's very, very long list. Make your own mythology, and also Lore Olympus Part 3, please. Eventually, I promise that will happen, the Lore Olympus thing. Is there a god of money? Yes. There's Daikakutin in Japanese myth, one of the 7 lucky gods, and there's Kubera in Hindu myth. There's a couple gods of money for you. What were you saying?
I have a wisdom with Wilda.
Yeah, wisdom. Wilda.
My wisdom is...
Okay.
Energy that can be used for complaining can be the same energy you use in making your dreams come true.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Nice. Yeah. And you know, I'll pile on that with something a good friend of mine's father used to say. The only thing that comes to a dreamer is a dream unless you get off your ass and do it. So, there you go. Oh, sorry, I didn't have the severed head for that, but there you go. So, to the guy who asked for wisdoms with Mimir, you got 2 wisdoms.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, someone asked me to kiss you back.
Oh. Wilda, are you an only child?
No, I have...
steal something in honor of Hermes.
I have a brother.
She's got a brother.
Brother.
Alright, now I give it back here. I had to steal it in honor of Hermes. I'm sorry. You didn't marry me in honor of Hera. Will you write a book one day, Andrew? I've actually told Wilda there's a story I would really like to translate into book form. But I'm scared to do it. Because I've never really done that before. Is there any Philippine mythology? Oh, yeah, there is.
Lots.
There's a Filipino playlist on the channel. Go watch it. Yeah. She was the one who told me about the Capre and the Manananggal and the Aswang and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Did I pronounce those okay?
Aswang.
Matt says, that was me, thanks. Ah, well, there you got your wisdoms. Andrew, what do you think of... Whoa, what was that? What do you think of if some guy would try to have a connection with Nyx? Well, I'd wish him good luck. And then I'd step far away from him. It's super interesting. Look it up. The Saturn being the Grim Reaper thing. Okay, I'll look into that. Is it because of the scythe? Is that why? Would you actually credit me if you actually did Balkan mythology? Well, your name is Balkan Guy. That's an easy thing to remember. I would probably, if I did Balkan mythology, I think in the first video I'd end that with you can thank Balkan Guy for suggesting that. I'm the mythology guy, he's the Balkan guy. A god of famine could be Loki. Kinda, yeah. I could see it, yeah. Eat something in honor of Demeter. You're welcome. Okay. Sorry if this sounds racist, but you're Christian, but there are very Christian cards you have in Immortals. I think you're asking if I'm putting any Christian cards in Immortals. Here's the thing. It's not off the table. It's I'm just trying to find, because if you look into Christian mythology, there's actually a ton of really cool stuff I want to put in the game. There's a story where a guy named Daniel encounters 4 beasts. One is like a 4-headed, 4-winged leopard, and one is a dragon, and one is a bear with bones sticking out of his mouth, and one is like a lion with wings. And there's also a story of like thousands of fiery locusts attacking a town and stuff. I'm like, this stuff would be awesome in the game. The challenge is, in order to balance a deck, I need multiple gods. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what to do, because Christianity only has 1 god, 2 if you count Jesus. So I'm trying to think, maybe I could just like do something with angels or something like that. Mm-hmm. Maybe that could be cool. So that's the thing. Sleep in honor of Hypnos.
No!
Hey, you were supposed to be sleeping. Favorite god of war? Hachiman. Do you have one?
I don't know it.
The strangest person Zeus had a child with? Well, when he made a child with Nemesis, she laid an egg. That's
What?
a strange story. And then they gave that egg to a woman who raised it to become Helen of Troy. So, that's a thing. It's a weird story. I think, didn't... Oh, yeah, like, Nemesis turned herself into a bird, and then Zeus turned himself into another bird, and they had unconsensual bird sex.
What?
So that's also a Greek story. Zeus also banged a woman in the form of an ant.
Okay.
Dante's Inferno inaccuracy video. I've talked about this. That is a definite possibility for the future. Pretend to be a cow in honor of Zeus. Moo. You're welcome. All right. So, I think we're going to wrap up in maybe 10 minutes or so. So, this segment is going to be entirely Wilda's.
Hello.
Yeah.
It'll just be open.
You want it to just be open?
Yeah.
Oh, what a generous woman you are. All right. Are you going to review Witcher Season 3? I actually answered this earlier. Watch the ranking video when it comes out. What? What indeed? What would you do if you started seeing signs of Ragnarok? I'd probably go cuddle with Wilda. And be like, honey, Fimbulwinter's coming. Cuddle close. Yo, Andrew, my man, do you prefer Tolkien or Martin? Oh, George R. R. Martin, you're saying. Tolkien, but Martin's still great, honestly. I already pretended to be a cow. In a school last year, we read The Lightning Thief, and I had a story for an assignment on how Luke getting his scar, he had to get the apple for a pissed-off Demeter, and he got slashed by Aladdin. I was close. Yeah, actually, you were pretty close. Is Anubis a death god? Yeah, he's a death and a funeral preparation god, basically. Lose the Peloponnesian War in honor of Athena. Okay, I lost. I surrender. What do you want me to say? Question. If Greek gods get stronger the older they are, how is Zeus the most powerful when he's technically the youngest? You know, one guy had an explanation for that. He said since his siblings were in Kronos' stomach for most of Zeus's life early on, he got stronger while they didn't. They were just bathing in Kronos' stomach acid. So, there you go. There's an explanation for you. If you could meet any god, who would it be? Probably Jesus. I'd be like, hey, Jesus, I've got some questions. I'd have Jesus over for pizza. Be like, hey, Jesus, how you doing? All we've got is water, but you can do something about that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we're a little low on breadsticks, but you can do something about that. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Huh? You want some more breadsticks? You want to multiply that? High five.
I wasn't high-fiving you.
Yeah, you were. Thor is good. Thor is great. Well, good for him. I think that's a bit of a Thor subject, though. Do you think that the Trojan War was an actual conflict one way or another, or do you think it was all made up? If yes, do you think there's any truth to other myths based on... I think a lot of myths are inspired by truth, honestly. And is it not documented that the Trojan War actually did happen? Like, I'm pretty sure that was a real thing. So, Mythology Guy, thoughts on Pokemon's greatest Pokemon, Infernape. Infernape actually was my chosen starter in the Sinnoh games. I liked him a lot. I still, I'm a little biased towards Charizard and Mewtwo. But, I still love Infernape. Jesus, the god of bread and wine. Kinda. I'm designing a board game themed around Norse mythology. Hey! And I need a symbol to represent Loki. I don't want to use snakes because I don't want it to be confused with Jormungandr. Okay. Yeah, it's a little tricky because snakes were very often a symbol of Loki. So here's what you do. You show a picture of testicles tied to a goat.
What?
Because that is an actual Norse story.
What?
Where the goddess Skadi was like, you guys killed my father, I'm gonna kill you. And they're like, what do we have to do to get you to not kill us? And she says, 1, I want a husband, and 2, I want you to make me laugh. And Loki went, I got this! And he just ran and tied his balls to a goat, and he spanked the goat on the ass, and the goat ran and yanked Loki's balls, and Loki screamed like a little girl. And Skadi fell on the floor laughing. And they were like, Loki, you didn't have to go that hard, but thank you. Thank you very much. No, some other symbols you can use for Loki. You can use wolf. You could have a wolf and a snake, like, entwined as a symbol, because he's the father of a wolf and the father of a snake. That could be an interesting idea. You could also have a wolf and a snake entwined with fire in the background, because sometimes he's conflated with Logi and associated with fire. So that's some stuff. It's hard to think of a symbol just for mischief. Oh, you could just have, like, an evil, like, laughing smile.
What about a dice for mischief?
A dice for mischief?
Yeah, because, like, gambling, you never know what you're going to get.
Well, yeah, I guess you could. The thing is, a dice can also be more closely associated with some other characters. But, yeah, that's an option. But, yeah, you could also just, like, have a evil, like, grin or smile as, like, a Loki symbol. Cover the screen Black Honor of Eris? Okay.
You're still white.
There. Happy? Now, have you heard of The Culling? Yeah, that piece of crap game. Please read this. I've read this book series called Blackwell Pages, I think, which is about Norse mythology. Please make a book review about it. Okay, I'll note that. Guess my religion. Well, Sauron. I'm going to guess you are a worshipper of yourself, the Dark Lord of the Ring. A grin? Yeah, I mean, you could, you could use, like, that symbol for comedy, that laughing mask that looks a little maniacal. That could be a thing. Or something like that. I don't know, it's a little hard. Is Wilda Christian too? I don't know, are you?
I'm chilling.
I just said I don't know, and then you said you know.
I'm chilling.
Okay, so Wilda's chillin'. That's her religion.
Yeah.
She worships the Chinese chillin'.
Yes, I'm vibing.
Yeah. I think Apollo can beat Ra. Well, go place a bet then.
Oh yes, wait, no, I do worship the Sky Daddy.
Okay, so she worships me. I'm kidding. I was actually the original person to suggest you should make your own mythology in a previous stream. Well, there you go, Emma. That's probably why I remember you. Do you like any of the other Rick Riordan books? I like all of the Rick Riordan books that I've read so far. So yeah. I haven't read Sun and the Star or Chalice of the Gods yet. Happy birthday. Thank you. Galactus and Unicron's forbidden child, Galacticron. Hey, Mythology, I'm back. Oh, Zero's back. I wanted to say happy birthday and tell Mythwife I said hi. She just stepped away. Come back, Mythwife. Fox is a great symbol. Yeah, that could work. Why did Buddha imprison the Monkey King? Did he not have the power to smite him? Well, Buddha didn't... I don't think he wanted Sun Wukong to die. I think he wanted Sun Wukong to be better, is what he wanted. Oh, Wilda, are you out? She's lying down. Have you played Ghosts of Tsushima? We're literally streaming it every week right now on Zagrad's channel, so yes. Berserk is the best anime manga ever. I highly recommend you watch and read. Hey, I just came back wondering who could drink more wine, Thor or Dionysus. That's a battle I would pay money to see. Zeus is the most glorious god. Good for you. All hail the Sky Daddy. Wilda, look what you started.
You're here.
Blow in honor of Feng Popo. Opinion on Scorponok? Oh, the Decepticon? I thought he was pretty cool. Who has the craziest feat in any myth? Well, you mean like craziest accomplishment? Zeus, with all the forms he's had sex in. That's kind of impressive if you think about it. How did he impregnate someone in the form of an ant? His sperm must have been so tiny. Back when there was a time before glasses, that would explain a lot of myths. Who is that on your right? This is my friend Mr. Chair. It was Wilda. Wilda is my woman and also the co-creator of this channel. Do you recommend reading the Riordan verse? Yeah, check it out. It's fun. Are you big into Tolkien mythology? So any plans for videos on them? I actually really want to make a video on how mythology inspired Lord of the Rings. I think that would be really cool. Who is the most hated deity in Greek mythology? Well, a lot of people don't like Hera, but a lot of people also don't like Zeus. I'd say it's between those two. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up. Wilda, why don't you come here and say goodbye to everybody? Come here. I think Wilda's tired. She's tired of all your bullshit. No, I'm kidding. No, I will not do 12 household chores in honor of Heracles. Sorry, I draw the line there.
I'll make them, don't worry.
I won't clean up any poop. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you for being so sweet and welcoming to Wilda. Did you enjoy this stream?
I did.
Yeah? I love you. And thank you so much for everything you've done. There would be no channel without Wilda. It was Wilda's idea, as I've said many times. And you can go check out her Instagram page, The Brand Whisperer, which I will put in the description of this video after the stream.
If you want social media coaching.
Yeah. She is the best. She is the most supportive, most talented, most hardworking person I've ever known. I mean it. I really mean it. And I'm not just saying that to get certain favors, like Panse Canton. I get that anyway, because she's also a wonderful woman. Wonderful girl. Yep. But, okay, there's a donation. I will read that. Dubus Mena, thank you. Farewell, Mythology Man. Here's this for your birthday once more. I love you too. You know, guys, this has been a wonderful thing to have on my birthday. Like, when she asked me, what do you want to do on your birthday? I was like, I'd like to at least spend a little of it interacting with the audience, because I really appreciate you guys. I really love you guys, and I like showing off this new shirt that just arrived yesterday. I love my job, I love my career, and I love my audience. And I can't wait to get my game out to you guys, and I really hope you enjoy it. And I love that so many of you are amazing, writers who are going to write books and design board games and write your own mythologies. Yeah. It's humbling to have those kind of people in the audience, honestly. Get your Pickle Rick figure and make him fight Wilda. All right, here he comes. Yeah, he's fighting you. Yeah.
I have Mewtwo.
Yeah, he's in your hair.
Fuck off.
All right, well, I just wanted to say, thank you guys for getting us to the point where there's a toy of me. Thank you for getting us to the point where we have this. Thank you for the wonderful birthday wishes. I'm 30 now, but I'm going into my 30s with a wonderful woman, a wonderful career, a wonderful audience, and this little guy. And an awesome game coming out that I hope you guys enjoy a lot. Thank you for how happy you've all made me. Thank you for how happy you've made me. I will see you guys in the next video, but unfortunately, I still do not know how to end videos.